Which AI actually writes the best code in 2025? Is it GPT, Gemini, Claude, or GitHub Copilot? You've seen the hype, but when you're staring at a tough coding problem, which one is really going to save you? To find out, I put all four of them to the test on the exact same coding challenges, from simple functions to debugging nightmares. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which AI is worth your time and money. Let's do a quick rundown. We have GPT-4o from OpenAI, the powerful all-rounder known for its strong reasoning and ability to tackle almost any language. Then there's Google's Gemini 1.5, which has a massive context window, letting it process huge amounts of code at once. Next is Claude 3.5 Sonnet from Anthropic, famous for its ability to read large code bases and provide incredibly clear, human-like explanations. And finally, GitHub Copilot, which lives right inside your editor, offering lightning-fast autocomplete and suggestions as you type. Alright, let's get to the tests. First, I asked each AI to write a Python function from scratch to validate a user's email address using regular expressions. GPT-4o nailed it on the first try with a solid, well-commented function. Claude also produced very clean, readable code and explained the regex pattern perfectly. Gemini gave a correct solution too, but it was a bit more verbose, adding extra checks that weren't strictly necessary. Copilot, being an autocomplete tool, suggested code line by line, which was fast but required more guidance to get a complete, robust function. Next, debugging. I gave them a piece of broken JavaScript with a tricky asynchronous bug. This is where GPT-4o really shined. It not only found the bug, but also explained the concept of a sync await beautifully, like a senior developer would. Claude also found the bug and provided a safe, corrected version with a clear breakdown of what went wrong. Gemini identified the problem area, but its explanation was a bit more generic. Copilot was helpful in suggesting fixes as I navigated the code, but it didn't grasp the high-level logical error without me pointing to it first. What about explaining complex code? I fed them a dense algorithm for graph traversal. Claude was the star here. Its explanation was so clear and well-structured, it felt like a professor wrote it. GPT was also excellent, offering a detailed, step-by-step walkthrough. Gemini's explanation was accurate, but a little harder to follow. Copilot isn't designed for this kind of high-level explanation, so it wasn't the right tool for the job. In terms of code style and readability across all tests, Claude and GPT consistently produced clean, professional-looking code, while Gemini and Copilot were more functional, but sometimes less elegant. So how does this translate to your daily workflow? For beginners learning to code, Claude's gentle, clear explanations make it the best teacher. It helps you understand the why behind the code. For competitive programming or algorithm practice, GPT-4o's raw problem-solving power is unmatched. It thinks like a top-tier engineer. For professional software development, it's a mix. If you're working on a huge, unfamiliar codebase, Claude's ability to analyze and summarize entire repositories is a game-changer. But for that moment-to-moment flow-state coding, nothing beats GitHub Copilot. It feels like an extension of your own brain, speeding up your typing and handling boilerplate, making it the ultimate pair programmer right inside your editor. Gemini is a strong contender when you need to process massive files or documentation, thanks to its huge context window. So, what's the verdict? There's no single winner. The best AI for coding is the one that fits your specific needs. If you want the best all-around problem solver for complex tasks, go with GPT-4o. If you value clarity and need to understand large code bases, choose Claude. If you want the fastest, most integrated coding assistant for writing code second by second, GitHub Copilot is your champion. And if your work involves massive amounts of text or data, Gemini is worth a serious look. The real power comes from knowing which tool to use for which job. Now I want to hear from you. Which AI are you using in your coding workflow, and what has your experience been? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.